post on YouTube. To be honest, I probably want to do this a few more times to get the flow of it. Something I have been thinking about is I should do concepts multiple times during a week, because I think the second or third time I'll really understand how it works and I can make it really fun for everybody. When it comes to YouTube, I'll say this, like the last YouTube video, I went through like 8 hours of footage, and I think really it realistically should have just been 4 or 3. I think there is merit in like saying I can make the stream flow way better in a shorter amount of time. And that's not to say like I don't enjoy every single hour, but like if I think purely about editing, I just don't have the brains anymore to be like, I can sit here for 12 hours watching this. Guys, you should hold me to this. Hold me to like doing the same concept over and over and improving it over time. Because I definitely have not a problem. I do have a problem. I do have an overlay problem, but I do think spending time on one idea and making it good is a good muscle I need to build. My muscle on that is super weak. Make it interactive. Let us send nukes. Oh, no. I thought it was like, is TTS not interactive? Yeah. If I do make a debate stage that is only sub only, like I just split the subs between 2 teams and they debate each other, maybe non-subs can be the vote. So the subs are trying to convince you, the non-subs, like who to vote for, and there's a vote at the end. I think that might be pretty fun. That actually might flow into the YouTube video more. Like, I guess, you know, I'm just yapping right now, but I'll give you my mindset around YouTube videos right now. Which is, I think YouTube videos need more of a structure, kind of like a goal, rather than you jump into this scenario and you just see what happens for 20 minutes. And having like structure and goals within the video help me when I'm editing it, because like it's easier to pick out the story. Like for example, in the typewriter video, I didn't know it at the time, but in retrospect, it was so easy to make the story because it's like you're just trying to type one thing 3 times. So it's just like you build the same story structure over time. And so I tried to do more, and then I think I went into something else that had less structure, and I'm like, wait, I'm missing something here. This is way harder. And then so I went back to editing videos with a structure that was like, okay, chat has to do these 3 things. Chat has to, chat has to do these 3 challenges or create these things in a limited amount of time. And that made it easier. Just picking 2 random viewers, start off with an open floor and pick out a group of people that aren't spamming this community and just randomly pick from there. Yeah, I've thought about doing that too. Like people who could type well. I think the issue for me with that is I want the dialogue to keep going. And in the past, because of stream delay, people usually don't type fast enough to fill dead air. But I think there are ideas to do that. Do I know the hero's journey? I have actually thought about trying to apply that to streams, but I haven't thought about it. I haven't really done it. But I do think it's important. Yeah, I'm aware of it. Chaos is fun, too much chaos is boring. Exactly. Yeah, put people on this. When people are on the spot, I find that they sometimes feel a lot of pressure to type something interesting and then nothing comes out. Versus if you're just typing in a whole group, you feel more comfortable, which I think is good. Frey makes pyramid. I'll check that out. I know about the 3-act structure. I think the easy version for me is like video game storytelling. The way I think about video game storytelling is like there are X number of challenges and the challenges slightly change over time. So the stakes will slightly change and build on each other over time. So by the end, you kind of you want to see the payoff of everything building on top of each other. I think that makes kind of an easy structure, but I do want to make a structure that is has more of like an emotional arc of like the hero's journey. That I think that would be an interesting way to do it. Though I am very humbled about how much effort that takes. You know, wrangling myself, the chat, the challenge, the stream, all that together, that's pretty crazy, but I kind of want to do it. You don't want to be subs only. Okay, that's fair. Putting random gift subbing introduces some more random viewers into the sub pool, if that's desirable or not. I'm not super, like, I don't stay up at night trying to think about what are mechanics to get people to sub more, but I like what you're saying around it's fun to just like randomly make people switch teams for fun, which I'm about. What if you make people debate for or against something, then later switch their opinions on the same thing, like we love trees / chop the trees? That's a good idea too. I found in this situation, something I learned from this stream is I kind of need to make each team really bought into their position, because a problem with each Peepo that came up, and when I say problem, it's not an actual problem. It's not an actual problem. It's a, like, we can make this more streamlined kind of thing. A point that we can improve on is finding some mechanic to make you really locked in to your point of view. Because what happened during the stream is some people be like, oh, I hate lurkers. No, I actually like lurkers, and they'd be on the same side. Ideally, everyone on, let's say, the subs team would just be locked in on I hate lurkers. And everyone on non-subs would be like, I love lurkers. I just wanted to see how it play out, but I think it's definitely something that if we addressed could make the debate super interesting. But I don't know how to do that because like everyone has a different opinion on stuff, you know. Maybe I could just be like, you're forced to argue this, and then I do think at the end, if there was a voting mechanic to see who wins, that would really make people invested. My first idea is there has to be some form of people playing or participating and people watching. And the easiest version of that is subs versus non-subs. So that could be like you're still incentivized to give subs because like only subs can play or debate. But then non-subs gets a vote. Kind of, I like how Jackbox does it, which is like they're players and they're kind of like participants and spectators. But maybe I could also do something that's like people who use channel points and then people who sub. That's a bigger pool of people who could participate. And everyone else can just vote. Viewers can choose their own side with chat messages. That's a great idea too. Every question chat can volunteer to be an answer A or B, but then realize that requires list of users and Sammy, so probably not feasible actually. Oh, that's not a bad idea either. I mean, we would have to restrict people to once they pick a side, that's their side forever. I don't think that's hard to implement, but it's very doable. Choose redeems to choose a side. No, that's very doable. I kind of want to make something where people can use channel points and be added to a list, like an allowed list for TTS. To me, that is actually something I really want, and that might give me an excuse to do it. The issue on channel points and TTS allow lists is pretty much just the time it takes to set it up on Sammy. Like, I just need to take a day and commitment to do it. Can you do a prediction? Whoever votes for either result gets assigned the Peepo. Predictions could be cool. Yeah, I mean, if we just made this a recurring thing, it might be really fun. It could be really fun to do these like back and forth. I think I'll take that as the takeaway. I'll have that as the takeaway from this stream, which is it's not just doing this idea over and over again, but make it into like kind of a repeatable, fun type of stream. Not that I would do this, but we could get it to a place where it's like debate Sunday, and then there's like a rule set that you guys understand. Yeah, I'm not committing to debate Sunday. I'm saying getting to a point where we could just run this concept whenever we want is ideal. Do Family Feud? That would be tough because I would actually have to survey people or make up answers. I do feel like the next part of the stream is refining all the rules we've kind of built up to this point. Like before, I would have like just free-for-all TTS. I've had to like improve that. So there was like skipping TTS, but it kept things recent. It accommodated more people. Thank God I did that at the time I did. Actually, thank God I did that at the time I did. And then now I think it's just like improving the rule set of the stream to make people kind of be on the same page of their character or their viewpoint. Because before, when there were kind of less people in chat, everyone kind of had the same vibe, and then so it was easy to kind of do a new concept, and then everyone would kind of type something in chat and it would work. But now there's just so many different viewpoints and opinions. I am trying to think about more structure to the stream because it would help my schedule. I think it's better for everyone in the chat to know when things are actually happening, because I'm still like, okay, I'm streaming today or I'm not, depending on my work schedule. But I would love actually a more solid schedule, because then I can say nothing can make me move this stream and I can just schedule around it completely. That might be better. I just realized you've just been on this screen the whole time. Thank you for listening to me just ramble. I should have just been on this screen.
Beyond the truth!